Israel announced Sunday that PM Naftali Bennett will pay his first official visit to India on April 2 at the invitation of his counterpart Narendra Modi. The three-day visit will mark the establishment of 30 years of diplomatic relations between the two countries. The visit will also take place against the backdrop of the Ukraine crisis, in which Bennett reportedly is playing a peacemaker, and which has also seen Modi having regular contacts with both President Vladimir Putin and his Ukrainian counterpart Volodymyr Zelensky. Israeli PM's India visit postponed as he tests COVID-19 positive. Israel is developing the Barak-8 missile for the Indian Navy and Indian Air Force, which is capable of protecting sea vessels and ground facilities from aircraft and cruise missiles. The missile has a range of over 70 kilometers. The missile will replace the current obsolete Russian system used by India. A top American senator, considered as one of the staunch supporters of India, has expressed his disappointment over India and Israel staying on the sidelines of current Ukrainian crisis and are not weighing in. The differences expose the pearls Israel faces as war once again rips through the European continent, side with the Western ethos that Israel has embraced since its inception are mine, the Russian behemoth that looms on the Israel's doorstep in Syria. During the Kargil war, Israel had helped India by becoming a troubleshooter. During this war, India came to know about many of its shortcomings, which could not be resolved immediately. Israel immediately announced to help India through arms and ammunition. An agreement was signed between the two countries for the purchase of new weapons. Under this agreement, Israel handed over its Heron drone equipped with the most advanced technology at that time to India. We get to know their relation from this time. Israel is bringing new technology to India. In between this, PM of Israel and their defense minister and some big misunderstanding. Israel has recently unveiled a new electronic warfare system called Scorpius that its manufacturer, Israel Aerospace Industries, says has capabilities that will revolutionize electronic warfare. The enemy is trying to use the electromagnetic domain for all these activities, he said. We are also trying to use them, and we are each trying to deny the other side from the use of electromagnetic domain. He added that this domain is quickly becoming a battlefield in its own right. Effective modern electronic magnetic warfare requires to know how to detect and counter various threats coming from all the directions. Unlike previous systems, which Fosdick says are inherently limited, the Scorpius uses active electronically scanned array technology to scan the entire sky and can send narrowly targeted beams at any wavelength, any frequency, and any direction against specific targets without interfering with anybody else. That receptor, enemy, electronic sensors, data communications, navigation, and radar. With AESA's multi-beam capabilities, Scorpius can simultaneously scan the entire surrounding region for targets and deploy narrowly focused beams to interfere with multiple threats across the electromagnetic spectrum. The system is able to target a range of threats including UAVs, ships, missiles, communication links, low probability of interception, radars, and more. Scorpius effectively disrupts the operation of their electromagnetic systems, including radar and electronic sensors, navigation, and data communications. Scorpius' technological breakthrough is characterized by unprecedented receiver sensitivity and transmission power, far exceeding those of legacy EW systems. This allows Scorpius to detect multiple threats of different kinds simultaneously from dramatically increased distances and to address each threat with a customized response. Defense Minister Rajnath Singh had a telephonic conversation with his Israeli counterpart Benjamin Gantz on Tuesday, during which both sides looked forward to further strengthening the bilateral ties. The telephonic talks came shortly after Israel announced the postponement of Prime Minister Naftali Bennett's visit to India. Both the defense minister and PM of Israel wants to be close with Indian PM, and since the relation is almost 30 years, it counts for a celebration between them. So both of them wants to take part with the Indian PM.